Hi, I'm Shannon Wong, and I am an ophthalmologist or an eye surgeon. Ophthalmology is a surgical specialty within medicine, and within ophthalmology, there are multiple subspecialties such as neuro-ophthalmology, pediatric ophthalmology, treatment of glaucoma, cornea, retina, oculoplastics, and within ophthalmology, my focus, or the focus of my practice, is known as cataract and refractive surgery. Refractive surgery is basically surgery on the eye to optimize the focusing condition so people can see their best most of the time with minimal to no use of glasses. So the most common procedures that I perform are LASIK surgery, cataract surgery, and premium lens replacement surgery. So we use intraocular lenses or man-made lenses to correct the focus of eyes that are reliant on glasses or have developed cataracts or cloudy lenses, and so we replace the cloudy lens with a lens implant. So this video, I'll walk you through a typical day as an ophthalmologist who practices cataract and refractive surgery. And hopefully you'll learn a lot along the way that you may not learn in other a day in the life of a doctor videos. So let's get started. Within the field of ophthalmology, there's many ways to practice. You can go into academics, you can do research. I have chosen to go into private practice. Private practices, you can go into a private practice that is owned by a larger entity, such as a hospital, or these days there is quite a bit of interest from large firms that are called private equity firms, and they'll purchase ophthalmology practices, and all the ophthalmologists within that practice are employees of the larger entity, the hospital or the private equity group. Our practice is a privately owned practice, and I am the CEO of our practice. We own 2 physical locations, and we have our own outpatient surgical center. So as CEO, I am responsible for leading our company. And what I've discovered over my 24-year career is that the most important aspect of leadership is putting others before yourself. That, in my mind, if we keep that as our guiding principle, putting others above ourselves, then everything else will fall into place. But what that also involves is quite a bit of work and quite a bit of responsibility. And leading a staff, a team, is crucial to the success of any organization, and it all starts from recruiting, interviewing, hiring, training, and developing the staff, and then organizing the staff to accomplish the mission that we define. And our mission in our practice is to be the best at what we do, which is cataract and refractive surgery and LASIK surgery. So if a patient in our area, Austin, Texas, wants to have LASIK, or they are having failing vision from cataracts and need cataract surgery, or they're in their 40s and older and they need reading glasses and they don't want to have to rely on reading glasses, we want to have done all the training from top to bottom, from the physicians to the staff, to be able to deliver the best health care and the best service in that arena of cataract and refractive surgery. So hopefully you'll get a sense of my typical day, but I owe a huge gratitude to the team around me, because as a physician, you think, oh, you've made it, you've gone through many, many years of education, passed a lot of tests and excelled at every level. But really, the physician is only as great as the team that they cultivate around them. And so a huge debt of gratitude in this organization goes to the administrative staff, the technicians, the nurses, and the management within our own practice. So hope you enjoy what you're about to see. Let's get after it. One additional preface is that I've been in practice, private practice, for 24 years, and the way I practiced in my first 10 years was dramatically different than how it's been over the past 5 years. First 10 years in practice, I knew what I knew from my residency training. I joined a practice where it was well established, and I pretty much followed the practice patterns that had been put into place for decades prior to my joining the practice. And as time went by, I learned from other doctors how to build a better and more productive practice. So the most recent 5 years of practice have been the most productive in my career. And I think that's an important lesson to learn. I think it's critical that over the career of an ophthalmologist, or of any physician or any human for that matter, that you evolve personally, professionally, physically, mentally, and emotionally. When you come out of training, you're probably going to be around, well, I was 29 and I thought I knew a lot. And I did know a lot. I knew 29 years of life experience, but I don't believe I'm at all the same individual that I was when I came out of practice at age 29 on multiple levels. And I believe that if a person thinks that, oh, they've been to the best training program in the world, but they haven't grown and evolved personally, professionally, physically, emotionally, and mentally, then as a human being, they're really not getting the most out of their life. I can't emphasize this concept enough. What do I mean by evolving personally? I distill it down to 3 things. Learn to subordinate your ego, to lead others by putting others above yourself, and learning to remain humble at all times. What do I mean by evolving professionally? I'd say that means learning the business of how a medical practice works. If you do, it's to your advantage, and you can be more helpful, more effective, more impactful on a daily basis. If you don't learn the business of medicine, then you will have to pay others to run the business, and that will detract from what you're able to take home. Also, evolving professionally means identifying strategic business opportunities that would be wise over one's career, such as the importance of owning your own surgical center if you do what we do, which is outpatient surgery. And thirdly, I'd say it's learning new skills and staying current with the latest treatment techniques, treatment medications, and surgical techniques that can best serve our patients. What do I mean when I say evolve physically? It means that most physicians, when they come out and practice, they're at least 30 years old, and you have to develop a regular exercise routine. You have to learn to control what you put into your body in the form of food and beverages. because you can't outrun your mouth when it comes to exercise. You can exercise all day long, but if you're eating high-calorie foods with regularity, you can't run that off or exercise that away. So you have to learn self-discipline physically and with your diet. And then lastly, I'd say find something that keeps exercise and staying in shape fresh and interesting for you, because if you don't, then there's a natural tendency to find an excuse why you don't need exercise on any given day. Personally, I work out now 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, and I do it early in the morning before work. What do I mean when I say evolve mentally? It means learn how people operate. Learn how to understand your patients and identify patterns in patients, how to communicate more effectively with your patients. Learn how to communicate more effectively with your coworkers, the chain of command above and below you, so your team becomes a force multiplier for the organization and for you. So learning the mental aspect of human relationships is super, super important. Also, the mental aspect of thinking continuously about what will actually make the business grow and what will make the business better, which will in turn help the staff and help your customers who are our patients. So what do I mean when I say develop emotionally? I'd say learn to develop what is known as emotional intelligence. So you understand yourself, you understand those around you, and you're more relatable to others that you come into contact with. So you allow yourself to be open to being influenced by them, and in turn that builds a relationship with them, so you can in turn have a greater influence on those around you to help accomplish the mission. And that applies with your family at work and your family at home. So what I'm going to share with you is a day in my life which has been the culmination of a lifetime of getting after it every single day. Even when I was a teenager, I knew that time is the ultimate resource. You can't get more of it. And as I grew older, I would see people die, basically, in sacrifice for others, you name it. The firefighters from 9/11, people who have sacrificed themselves on the battlefield, or police officers who sacrifice themselves to serve and protect the community. And if they sacrifice their lives such that we could live our best lives, then I see it as a responsibility, my responsibility, to get all I can out of life and have the biggest impact. So I see work and this organization as my extended family. It's they represent me and I represent them, and I take it very seriously, and I want to write the best story of my life, and I want to have the biggest impact on everybody who works with me and on the patients who entrust me with their care. So buckle up and let's get started. So what are some of my daily responsibilities? Well, first and foremost, my primary responsibility is taking care of patients from a medical and surgical standpoint. Secondly, I receive about 150 emails a day relating to patient care or business operations or staff questions or questions from patients. Additionally, I want to look up and out and think about the strategic plan for the practice on a daily basis. How are we doing on staffing? How is the organization of the staff? Are there opportunities for business development to improve the practice? And are we building relationships with other optometrists and other physicians in the community? We have an active marketing program that is digital and on television. So I want to make sure that on a regular basis I am managing our marketing for the practice. I and my wife, Betty, help to manage the finances of the practice, and we check on that every day. I am the chief medical officer for our surgical center, so I want to ensure quality outcomes for our patients in our surgical center, and that involves physician, peer-to-peer continuing education, regular meetings with the nursing team and the scrub techs. And then I'm there to manage supplies and acquisition of capital equipment, maintenance of equipment, and management of the facility on a regular basis. I am involved with human resources, and I oversee that. I do have a staff that handles the bulk of it, but I do make a point to stay in touch with our team that is interviewing candidates, and we want to make sure that we recruit, interview, hire, train, and develop the right talent. We have an outside IT firm that helps us, but I work with them and am in regular contact with them to understand what's going on with the brains of the practice, which is our IT. I make sure that the overall operations of the practice go well. I do have staff that oversee this for me, but I oversee the staff that oversees all these items. And when it comes to major purchasing decisions, strategic planning, I am directly involved. I'm responsible for maintaining credentialing for insurance plans that I am a member of. My wife Betty and I own the property that the practice rents from. So part of each day involves managing the commercial real estate located at each of our 2 locations. We have retained the help of a property management firm to help us with this. And then part of the mission that I have for teaching the next generation of doctors and passing on the knowledge and experience that I've learned over my career, we have helped found the Mitchell and Shannon Wong Eye Institute at the University of Texas at Austin Dell Medical School, and I'm involved with that ophthalmology program. And lastly, on weekends, I'll write and create videos such as this one that I'll post to YouTube. So this gives you an idea of my role and responsibility within our own practice. So it's 7:13 p.m. October 5th. It's a Tuesday evening, and we're going to start the day. And each day starts the day before. So there's a saying, prior preparation prevents poor performance. So what I do at the end of each day is I prepare for the next day. And there are files and patient charts on my desk, and I leave each evening with a clean desk. I don't want to come into work the next day with a stack of stuff that's unfinished business. I finish each day, prep for the next day, such that when I'm coming into work tomorrow, I've reviewed all the charts, I've reviewed all the surgical plans, and I'm ready to go. Basically, I've tickled my short-term memory on each patient such that when I walk in to meet them, I already have an idea of why they're coming in and what their past history was. If they're an established patient, if they're a new patient, there's usually a description that our staff puts in the electronic scheduling system that gives a brief description of what that new patient is coming into our office to learn about or find out what kind of problem they're having, and it gives me an idea of how we're going to target that exam. Okay, so I've gone through the schedule. Let me give you a little preview of what we're going to see tomorrow. And in the morning, I'm going to be at our Westlake office, and I'm going to see 16 patients from 8 until noon. The first patient had LASIK today, and she'll be coming in for her follow-up. The second patient is an individual who may want cataract surgery. The third patient, she received a lens implant and she wasn't very happy with it, so we exchanged it for a different type of implant. The fourth patient may just be a regular checkup for a diabetic eye exam. The fifth patient had a lens implant and developed some swelling to the retina, and they should be improving because we put them on eye drops to treat the retinal swelling. The sixth patient had elective lens replacement, premium lens replacement in April of 2021, and now they're coming back in probably wanting the second eye corrected. The seventh patient, I'm not exactly sure why they're coming in, but we'll figure it out tomorrow. Patient 8 had LASIK today, and they'll be coming in for their follow-up tomorrow. Patient 9 is interested in having premium lens replacement, but they're kind of young. They're 42 years old, so let's check that out. Yeah, the ninth patient is a 42-year-old who's interested in premium lens replacement. He wears bifocals. I've never met him, so we'll figure that out. Patient 10, they're a 49-year-old who is interested in premium lens replacement. Patient 11, they're a 29-year-old interested in seeing if they're a good candidate for LASIK. Patient 12, it's a new patient that may be interested in cataract surgery. They're 74 years old. Patient 13 is a post-op LASIK enhancement patient. He had a lens implant placed and he was just slightly out of focus, so we did LASIK to fine-tune the focus of his eye with the implant. Patient 14 is a patient who had LASIK in the late 1990s. They eventually had a crystal lens in one eye, and I put a Symphony lens in their other eye. They wanted to have better far vision, so I did a LASIK retreatment on this individual to give her better far away vision. That patient happens also to be my mother. So she had a LASIK touch-up today, and I'll see her for her follow-up tomorrow. Patient 15 had a lens implant after having had prior radiokeratotomy to her left eye. She was not happy with the vision, so we did a lens exchange on September 1st. And she'll be coming in for her 1-month post-op. Patient 16 also is post-op lens exchange. He had a PanOptix lens and didn't like the vision, so we exchanged his PanOptix lens for a Vivity, and so he's coming in for his 1-week post-op. That's the morning. So in our practice, our optometrists see most of the routine, happy post-op cataract and lens replacement patients. The patients, if they're having problems after having cataract surgery or premium lens replacement surgery, they'll come back to see me so I can kind of help figure out how we can help those individuals who are dissatisfied with their vision see better. So in the afternoon, currently I'm at our office on Jollyville Road where our surgical center is presently located. So in the morning I'll be at the Westlake office. I'll come back here for the afternoon to do our surgery, and we'll be operating out of 2 operating rooms, and I have between 1 and 6, I'll treat about 23 patients. So I'll have 2 patients who are having basic cataract surgery with a monofocal lens. I'll have 12 patients who are having cataract surgery or premium lens replacement with a premium lens implant. Many of these patients they're not straightforward. They may have had prior LASIK surgery, or basically none of the patients are plain vanilla simple. Most patients, there's nuance to each of them. After I do those 14 cases, I'll have 6 patients who need YAG capsulotomy. Quite often we'll do bilateral same-day YAG capsulotomy. It's just overall more efficient for us to treat both eyes if both eyes have a visually significant posterior capsular opacification. Though the practice receives less compensation for treating both eyes in the same day, it's actually more time efficient for the patient and for us to just treat both eyes the same day and minimize the number of office visits, pre-op and post-op office visits for YAG capsulotomies. And then after those 6 YAG capsulotomies, we'll treat 3 patients who need LASIK. 2 of them are retreatment LASIK enhancements after the patients have had prior lens replacement surgery or cataract surgery. And 1 of them wants a procedure that's like LASIK, but it's called photorefractive keratectomy, also known as PRK. He is applying to be in the Special Forces, and he has specifically requested PRK. So that'll be our afternoon here. So it's now 7:50. We're fully ready for tomorrow, and we'll call it a day and head home. So I'm heading home. It's about 8:02, and I typically get home around 8 o'clock, 8:30. So if you're an employed ophthalmologist or an employed physician, your hours are more regular. They can be 8 to 4, 8 to 5, and you can work as little or as much as you want. But again, as the boss, I'm responsible for the welfare of our staff and the welfare of our organization. So my day starts early and it runs later, and my typical schedule is at least a 12-hour day. So if even when I get home, I'll be at the computer kind of checking on email, kind of analyzing data about the practice. And it's not really stressful for me. I just see it as I always want to be in touch with what's going on, because I'm responsible for our organization. And then I'll typically go to bed by 11, and then I'll wake up early. I've been up since I got up today at about 3:30, 3:15. I had to run some reports and then I had a workout at 5 a.m. So I've been up since 3 a.m. It's now 8:04 p.m. and I feel fine. I have 1 cup of coffee at the beginning of each day, and as long as I get about 5 or 6 hours of sleep a night, I'm pretty much good to go. So the take-home point is, if you're an owner, you go above and beyond, and that's just your responsibility. If you want to be on top of things. If you're an employed physician, you clock in and you clock out. You're responsible mainly for yourself, and I think that's the mindset of an employed physician. They want to have a good day, clock in, clock out, and not take their work home. I kind of take my work home, but at the same time, I don't mind it. That's just kind of how I'm wired. Contextually, I'm an empty nester. Our kids are they're in college or older than college right now, so it's not like I have to go to their ball games or anything like that, or birthday parties, or the stuff that I used to do when they were younger. Is my day stressful? Not really. I thankfully have a lot of great people helping me, and as long as great people are engaged and they care and they go above and beyond, and everybody's working together, life is pretty good. So if my schedule runs 12 hours a day, do I have any free time? Yeah, absolutely, I have free time. We close our office at noon on Friday, and so Friday afternoon it's more relaxed. I can run errands, and on weekends our offices are closed, and that's my free time. So I have a 2.5 day break, but I have 4.5 days where I'm pretty much full throttle. Or I'm not full throttle, but I'm working. So I'm 53 years old. I don't feel like I'm that stressed. I don't feel like I'm burning out. So I'm very thankful that ophthalmology is a career path that I wanted to pursue, and I knew that at a younger age, and it's been a very good lifestyle. I'd probably work 80 to 90 hours a week, but as they say, if you love what you do, then it's not really work. And again, I do have a lot of great people. I should give special recognition to my wife, Betty. She works with me in the practice as one of the administrators in the practice, and the fact that I can work and she is there and we're in sync with one another at work and at home, it makes it more rewarding overall, I would say. So that's kind of like a unique, or I feel like I'm very fortunate with that. I wake up at about anywhere between 3:30 and 4 most mornings, and the first thing I have to do is take care of the dogs. Free. Oh, and by the way, when I wake up, I never set an alarm. Well, I take that back. If I have to wake up at an unusual time, I will set an alarm. But I would say that maybe I set an alarm to wake up twice a year. Most days, I just naturally wake up. So if I went to bed last night at like 10 o'clock-ish, I just woke up naturally at 4. So that was 6 hours, and I'm good. So I've been drinking the same coffee since high school. Let me show you. I am the only person that I know that actually still drinks this, except maybe my oldest son. I think he drinks this as well. Folgers Classic Roast. Instant coffee crystals. Not a sponsored ad, but I've been using this stuff every day for the past 36 years, and it works for me. This is my morning setup. I'm just kind of going through emails, paying bills, reviewing financials, and answering emails that were sent to me yesterday afternoon, such that when I'm there in the morning, all the emails that were sent to me yesterday have been responded to. And it's now 5:05. So it is 5:46, and I'm headed for my morning workout. I've been working out with the bros and a trainer since about 2013. And we used to meet at a gym, but the facility that we usually worked out at no longer allows people inside because of COVID. So we now meet in a parking garage and have been doing so since March of 2020, and it's worked out well. And pretty much you can get a good workout in any place if you're motivated, and these guys are all pretty motivated, which is good, and that keeps me going. So I find working out in the morning, going through a little bit of suffering in the morning, helps to just kind of maintain my general health. And no matter what happens during the day, if something is not going my way or whatever, it's not that big of a deal, because every morning I kind of go through a little suffering, and it kind of puts things in perspective, such that whatever happens during the day, it's not a big factor, because in the morning I probably felt worse than I did during whatever situation arises during the day. Off to work we go.
Bye, Daisy. See you later.
So we're headed into the morning clinic. It's going to be at our Westlake office. A little background: this is my drive to work. Probably gonna get ahead of these guys here. My drive into work. I grew up in Austin, and this office is in the neighborhood that I grew up in. My dad started this practice in 1969, and we had an office in central Austin, right off IH-35 on 40th Street. We had that office from 1972 until we left it. Our new office opened on July 29th, which is just a little over 2 months ago. So it's a brand new office. It took us several years to plan and construct, and we wanted to make it really nice, and hopefully we've done an okay job at that. Our goal, our mission when we constructed this Westlake office was really to make it the best eye care center in the Austin area. So we visited a lot of practices and put a lot of thought behind it, and I think we have a very nice office. Hopefully the staff enjoys it and our patients enjoy it, and it's really a reflection on how we do things. We want to be the best, aim high. That's our standard. And so when patients visit that office, when the staff works at that office, we want that to be the overall feel that our standards are very high, and we want to be the very best and deliver the very best care. So right now it's 8:06, and our office opens at 8. it's probably my weakness, but I do arrive a little bit late typically to the office. It's probably not the best example to set, but I am kind of always going and doing things behind the scenes. That's how I rationalize it. But the staff does a great job. They get there a little bit early and they start bringing the patients back at 8, and it generally takes about 5 to 10 minutes for them to get everything set up. So as long as I arrive there 8:05, 8:10, then I'll be able to walk right in and start seeing patients, and it's pretty seamless. The patients don't have to wait. And because I reviewed the patients that I'm going to see today yesterday, it flows pretty well. So again, prior preparation prevents poor performance. Good enough. Okay, how is it?
I think it's good. I just can't focus that well.
Okay.
And I think one eye is seeing a little bit worse than the other.
And did you drive here today?
No.
Okay. Let's see here. So your prescription beforehand was almost minus 10. And one day out, you're 20/25 without glasses. Your prescription looks good. So let's take a quick look.
Oh, it's almost minus 10.
Yeah, 975.
I was wearing a minus 8.
Your contacts are always going to be a little lower powered than your glasses.
Oh.
Yeah, that's an optics thing. Come on forward. Let's take a look at you. Perfect. And it's here. Right. Here we go. One. Great. All right. Looks normal. Looks normal. You're very normal for day one for having just had surgery like. Normal for day one for having just had surgery like, I don't know, 18 hours ago, something like that. So I expect you'll just do great.
Okay.
You'll end up normal.
Uh-huh.
And it'll just take another 2-3 weeks.
Okay.
Okay, questions?
So it's normal to be struggling to focus on stuff?
Totally. You just
Okay.
said, what time is it right now? It is 8:36. You had surgery at about 5 yesterday, so you're 15 hours out. Totally normal.
Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna do great. Don't worry. Don't even worry. Just lubricate your eyes as needed. Take the drops as needed, or as directed. You know, the PGP drops for a week. But yeah, you'll do fine. Don't even worry about it.
Oh.
Anything else?
Yeah, that's all. I guess I was just worried about how the left eye seeing a little bit worse. But
Totally
that's
normal.
Okay.
15 hours.
Okay.
Took you 25 years. You're only 15 hours out of it.
Uh-huh.
It'll be better tomorrow than it is today.
Okay.
All right?
Mhm.
Good. We'll see you in a while.
Cool.
No factor. Enjoy. Okay?
Oh.
Congrats.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you.
Alright.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd rather have it than not. Yeah. Hey, Charles.
Doctor,
How you doing?
I'm good. How are
All right, let's see here. We're just doing a regular checkup on you, right?
That's correct.
Okay. Let's see here. Boom. Okay. So last time we saw you 1 year ago, and you've had LASIK in the past. You have a lens implant in your right eye, and your left eye's still seeing okay? So we're looking at some retinal photographs to screen for diabetic retinopathy. We can see the retinal blood vessels on your right retina, and it looks quite normal. No diabetic retinopathy on the right eye. This is the left. The blood vessels look good. There's a cloudy, foggy spot here in the middle. That's probably the development of a cataract that's obstructing the ability of our device to capture an image of everything back there. So this is your right retina, the macula from today. It looks normal on the right, normal on the left, and then let's look at the optic nerve. And then this is the optic nerve here, connecting your eye with your brain. It's normal from today. Perfect.
Yeah, and I've noticed it. It's not to the point where I think we need to
Okay.
do surgery today, but
Okay, and you want to update your glasses prescription. So Sarah measured you. That's the vision. And you want to get like bifocals for far and near, or what kind of glasses?
they're just for readers. They're just reading.
Reading glasses only.
But I do a prescription because I've had one lens replaced, so it seems to work better than the over-the-counter.
Do you wear like computer bifocals where they help you see here and here? They have like an expanded range of
No,
focus.
they're just...
Do you want to try that or no? So the computer bifocal, you look through the top, it focuses this distance. You look through the bottom, it focuses closer.
Mm-hmm.
The alternative is the lens has one single power throughout, which makes it good here, but then you have to kind of lean forward for the computer. Or if it's good here, then if you want to see something, you have to hold it further out.
Yeah, that sounds interesting. Sure.
Okay, we'll do
Give it a try.
So we'll do computer bifocal. And then no diabetic retinopathy, and you checked his pressure.
Yes.
Good. And so we can send a letter to Dr. Page. And that's good. Let's take a look. Okay, so
Instrumentation is just remarkable.
look straight ahead. Yeah, makes everything more efficient. All right, look toward my finger, follow up, down, and then
And there's no need to dilate the eyes anymore, right?
No.
Yeah. Wow.
come on forward, chin flat, go ahead and hit the arm. Perfect. All righty, so here we go. Look toward my right ear. Good. And then I'll do good, so your cornea is normal, lens implant's fine. Look toward my left ear. Yeah, so his lens is like 2+ nuclear, 1+ cortical, like trace PSC on the left. He has LASIK flaps on both eyes, both corneas. You said his pressures were 18?
14 and 15.
14 and 15. Toward my right ear, so that's good. I'm going to take a quick look at your retina. Looking good. So we'll just cut the disc last time.
0.2 OU.
Okay, we'll keep it the same. Good. Okay. So Sarah will get you the updated glasses prescription. We send a letter to Dr. Page. Everything looks good. If
Good.
you're not bothered by the cataract on the left, we'll just leave it alone and let us know when it becomes an issue.
Yeah, it's getting closer.
Okay.
I think I know a little bit longer.
Yeah. Any other questions?
No, sir. It's
Okay.
great. Wonderful patient experience
Thank
today.
you. We'll
Thank
see you in a year.
All right.
You
Great.
can follow me.
Thanks, Sarah.
You're welcome.
So Sarah is an example of our team that does an outstanding job. They make everything go very smooth, very efficient, and like he said, the patient experience, we hope it is first class every time. Thank you. So how do you want to, you have two options. We could just do basic cataract surgery and you'll wear glasses, but the glasses will be thinner. That's the least expensive, simplest route. If you want to go for a more advanced lens, which is going to give you good far vision without glasses, but you're going to need glasses to read, then we can go that way. Which is your preference?
The last way.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So then I would do, let me think out loud. You have a big prescription. Okay, then there's two flavors in the second category. Option one, it's $4,000 per eye plus your unmet deductible. It's far vision and mid-range vision, but you won't be able to read. You have to wear reading glasses. Option two is $3,000 per eye. Isn't that what it is?
Yep, 4,400.
Oh, 4,400 for the first one. Sorry. Option two is $3,000 per eye, plus your unmet copay and deductible. It's going to give you far vision only.
you'll need glasses for mid and near. So it's a win-win. It's just one is a broader range of focus than the other.
Okay. And which was the last one, the basic, or is that the
The
astigmatism?
first, we're taking basic off the table because you
Okay,
said you wanted to
gotcha,
be
okay.
able to see without glasses.
Yeah, definitely.
So there's two different flavors. The first option gives you far and mid range. So you can like see your dashboard, see far away.
And that's
but-
the 4400?
Correct.
Okay.
But you'll need glasses to see up close. Second flavor is you'll see far away, but you'll need glasses for mid and near.
Okay, so when she was showing us the little cataract plastic things that look like the lenses, is that the premium one that has the circles? Is that going to bother me?
The lens that's going to give you an expanded range of focus will have one circle, and it doesn't seem to create much night halo.
Okay, with
Right. So I think the optical quality of both these two options will be the same. It's just the premium option that gives an expanded, it will give a broader range of focus than if we just set you to see far away.
Okay. Well, if I wasn't looking at the money, I would take the premier, the one that has the 4400.
Okay.
one.
But you want to go just for far?
No, I'm gonna go for it, Tom. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, got it. All right, so then I'll change it for Vivity. Because you've had RK, the chances that we're going to get you in perfect focus, let's say it's 2/3 likely. 60, there's a 1/3 retreatment rate. So 1 out of 3 chance you're going to say, oh, it's good, but I was hoping for better. We'll have to wait about maybe 6 weeks and then go back and do some type of adjustment.
Okay.
That adjustment might be like we go back in, or remove the first implant and exchange it for a second implant of a different power.
Okay.
That would probably be the most likely way I would adjust the focus.
Okay.
And that's safe. But yeah, when we're dealing with extreme eyes, RK surgery with your dimensions of your cornea, then I just want you to understand that.
So will we be paying for the third?
No, so all retreatments within a year, no additional fee for you. Okay? Yeah, we want to make it easy. Any other questions?
Yes.
Go ahead.
While you're in there, is there something that you think she needs to have done regarding her glaucoma?
Well, okay, let's think out loud. You're taking one eye drop once a day,
Leave again.
and you're more than 48. Does the drop bother you?
No.
Your pressure's under good control. Your optic nerve is normal, measures normally. If I did an extra treatment for glaucoma, here's the argument to do it. It gives you long-term and additional pressure lowering influence. It's almost like you're taking an extra eye drop once a day in addition to your current drop, such that, let's say you forget to take your medicine, you're probably gonna be okay. I don't do these treatments with the expectation that you're not going to need eye drops. I would say you're going to still stay on your eye drop. It's just an additive treatment. The reason not to do it is you're already controlled, you're only taking one drop a day, there's no pressure. We can always do it later if you develop a problem. So I could be convinced either way.
Okay.
And in the absence of, so I'll let you decide, which sounds better to you. Do you want us to do the extra glaucoma treatment while we're doing your cataract surgery, or would you rather just hold off and do it later? I'm okay either way. What does your instinct tell
Well,
you?
my first instinct was let's just wait, but then I start thinking maybe I should just do it while you are in there.
Okay, fine.
Wait a minute.
Uh-huh.
If he does it while you're in there, while he's in there, then you're compounding 2 different treatments on your eye. And if you're having problems with your eye, he's got to come in and sort out
that's
which one is which
Not
one.
really.
No?
The procedure opens the drainage area inside the eye a little bit. The number one side effect I see with it is you'll have a little bleeding inside the eye. which will blur your vision a little more in the first week, and then it goes away. That's the downside. If you need a retreatment because you're not focusing quite as well as you want after 4 to 6 weeks, having had the glaucoma procedure won't affect the retreatment.
Okay.
So what are the after effects in terms of near term? Does she feel like she's got grit in her eye for a while?
From the cataract surgery only. The glaucoma surgery, let me show you guys. So there's a structure that's making fluid in the eye all the time. The fluid has to leave through a drainage area. We're going to highlight that drainage area. It's right here. It's at the corner between the front cover and the iris. So what we do to facilitate the fluid exiting through that drain during cataract surgery is we use a little device right here. So this is this most recent patient, 56-year-old woman who had premium lens replacement in April of 2021, and she came back today, and we're doing premium lens replacement to her left eye on October 11th. And because she had the PanOptix lens in April to her right eye, I'm just going to use the same lens implant for her left eye. I would just say, if you want to have LASIK, you didn't go over LASIK.
Briefly.
Okay. Yeah, it's like a 10-minute operation. We treat both eyes the same day. You'll see better the next day. But it doesn't make you. It doesn't get rid of. What is it? People who have LASIK, the common misconception is, I want to have surgery so I never have to wear glasses again. You're still going to need reading glasses. Okay.
So I still need this prescription
No,
frame, or
you
would it
won't
be-
need the prescription to see like you see through the top.
Oh yeah, see that's another psychological issue for me, because with the progressives, it's hard for me to maintain that focus mind, because if I look down, I can't see. I have to constantly maintain and tell my brain, hey, you need to adjust.
If you're like most 42-year-olds, you'll rarely wear glasses. But as you grow older toward 50, your reliance on the reading glasses will increase.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts or questions?
No, I mean LASIK from a price point of view, how expensive is it?
It's about $4,900 for both eyes.
Oh, okay.
So about $2,400 per eye.
Okay, and
Mhm.
okay, and for sure it will definitely take care
Let's
of
see here.
my-
Let me look at your corneal topography measurement. Your topography is normal. You have a pterygium, but that's not an active issue. The thickness is normal. This is from today.
Yep.
Yeah, you're a good LASIK candidate.
Okay. And so one day both eyes are done.
One day
right?
both
That's
eyes.
Great.
So what we would need to do is measure you at our other office. There's a special instrument that we use that helps us to calculate your exact treatment.
Mhm.
Okay, and Jake will help.
I used to go there. My
Okay.
primary office was the Jollyville,
Okay.
but since we moved to South, this was so much closer for
Oh,
me.
okay,
That's why
good.
I came here.
Any other questions?
No, so I continue with the prescription for
Yes.
now. Continue, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And then we'll just do LASIK, and you won't have to get new glasses.
Is there an optical store here?
Not here.
Not here. Yeah.
Yeah. If do you want to get new glasses? Because if you get new glasses, then that's.
No, I don't.
okay.
I was just because it was a little loose. Even the sunglasses, I have the prescription.
So what? Jake will give you a list of the opticals. There's one very close here.
Okay.
It's like
So
200
how
yards
soon
away.
can we do this LASIK?
This month,
Though this month, oh nice. And it takes what you said?
10-15 minutes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, easy.
So for LASIK, I know for the lens replacement, he explained the lens is completely, you get a new lens, right?
Yes.
But for LASIK, what happens? I'm sorry, I forgot. Maybe you-
We're just gonna reshape. Jake will go over
Oh, you
with you.
reshape.
the front
Oh
window
yeah.
of the
I
eye.
understand that.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess. Okay.
All right.
Sounds good to me.
Good. She's all
Your
yours.
dad did the pterygium on me, and
Yeah, it looks
so
good.
he had to do twice.
It looks good. I mean, cosmetically, are you satisfied?
No, I'm fine.
Yeah,
After
I mean,
that,
looks
it
good.
never came back.
Okay, good.
So I was so happy. I was wondering what is that.
Awesome.
He did it so well.
Okay, so we'll see you soon.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Nice
it.
to meet you.
Thanks a lot.
Good.
And then we'll head this way. There's a quick video for you to watch.
Oh, Oh yeah, one more question. Did you notice any allergies in my eyes?
No, but allergies are kind of invisible. If your
Oh.
eyes itch, there are eye drops. That's the most common symptom of an allergy is itchy eyes.
Okay.
Do they itch or no?
Sometimes they do.
Uh-huh.
Because what I felt was maybe the inconvenience that I'm feeling is due to the allergies.
Do you stare at a computer all day long?
All day.
Um,
All day.
Try lubricating it. Do you use artificial tears?
I never
Yeah,
used
try
it.
lubricating it. Maybe that's all you need. And if you use that every day, that's probably going to alleviate the irritation. If it doesn't, let us know there are specific eye drops that treat the itch.
Got it.
Okay?
Okay.
Thank you
so
again.
much.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Okay. So she came in wanting lens replacement, and we had to re-educate her that LASIK is probably the better option given the clarity of her lenses, her age. She's only 42, and yeah. So our goal is to tailor the correct and appropriate surgical treatment to each patient based on their exam, their vision, their expectations, and the condition of their eyes. And a lot of patients will email us or send me a little question online, direct message saying, hey, am I a candidate for XYZ, or should I do this lens or that lens? And each patient is very unique, and it is not possible for me to figure a patient out unless I have all this data in front of me, the refraction, their near vision, their far vision, the clarity of their lens. I have to look at their eye through this microscope in order to know what's going on and what can be done, what should be done, and how to kind of present it and package it to manage expectations of each patient. So that patient he's younger. He had LASIK about 20 years ago, and he had developed presbyopia. He's 48 years old. We put in a Synergy lens in July, and he was seeing fine, but he had a little residual astigmatism. So we did LASIK yesterday to his left eye to treat the astigmatism, and he's fine. But sometimes it takes like a few weeks for the final result of the LASIK surgery to become evident. So we'll just check him again in a month. Okay, so last patient of the morning, we just saw him. Long story short, this is the kind of thing we deal with. He had an epiretinal membrane diagnosed to his right eye in March of 2021. We put in a PanOptix to his left eye in May of 2021. PanOptix to his right eye, May of 2021. He wasn't seeing well. He seemed to have irregular epithelium, so we did an epithelial debridement to both eyes. We did a YAG capsulotomy to his left eye. He was not satisfied with his lens, with his vision with the PanOptix lens, so we did an intraocular lens exchange, removed the PanOptix from his right eye on September 27th. That's a little more than a week ago. And we placed a Vivity in that same eye, and he comes back today, and the quality of his vision is better from the right eye, but he still doesn't see quite as good as he wants. So we're gonna wait. His main issue was he was having eye strain and headaches with the PanOptix, and he feels like they are improved with the Vivity. By the way, for treatment of his extreme dry eye that he had after surgery, we placed him on serum tears, 20% autologous serum tears, and that made his dry eyes much better. And I'm finding that that's an outstanding treatment for a lot of dry eye patients, is autologous serum tears, where we send the patient to a compounding pharmacy here in Austin. It's New Cara Pharmacy, and they'll do phlebotomy, take some test tubes of the patient's blood, spin it in a centrifuge, separate out the red blood cells in the plasma. They'll dilute the plasma into eye drops. And the patient uses those dilute serum eye drops on their own eyes. And it's like a miracle drug for patients who have severe dry eye. Okay, so it's 12:44, leaving Westlake, going to Jollyville for the afternoon surgery. See you later. This is what it looks like here. So I'm on Loop 1, also known as Mopac, on my way to our office on Jollyville Road. So our Westlake office is kind of in southwest Austin. Our office in northwest Austin is located on Jollyville Road. That's where our current surgical center is. Probably within the next 2 months we will move our surgical center from the location on Jollyville Road to our Westlake location. The schedule's pretty tight. I have contacted the nursing team to let them know I'll be a little late to start. Probably Google says I'll be at that office at 1:05. Then I'm gonna get things set up, and then the nurses will essentially guide me through where I'm supposed to go, what room. They kind of lead me along, and I rely on that. I've formulated the surgical plan for each patient, kind of double checked everything. Did that when the patient was in our office for their preoperative exam. I rechecked it last night. So each patient that has had surgery, I have double checked, such that when I go into the operating room, I will check it yet a third time. And then before as I execute the surgery, I'll even check it a fourth time. So I'm somewhat OCD about checking the surgical plan to make sure that it is tight. Lunch hour. I don't get much of a lunch. So if I get 5 minutes for lunch, that's a good thing. So today a surgical rep came by and visited the practice. I gave him a quick tour of the office, and he was kind enough to bring over some breakfast tacos for the office, and I just grabbed 2 of those and took care of those in the car while I'm driving to the other office. We're very fortunate, actually. Both our offices are basically in Austin. A lot of ophthalmology practices, they go to satellites that are 100 miles, 125 miles away, sometimes further. They do this commute with some degree of regularity. They go to multiple sites that are probably covering a geographic diameter of 50 to 150 miles to see their patients. We're very fortunate, though we have some commute. Both our offices are really not that far apart. So I left at about 12:50. I got in my car. I'll arrive at the other office at 1:05 in midday traffic, so it's a 15-minute drive between our 2 offices, which is really no factor whatsoever. So we're very fortunate. But in a way, as they say, luck is where preparation meets opportunity. If you want to predict the future, you want to create your own luck, you do all the little things on a daily basis that you have to get ahead. And that's pretty much what we've been doing since day one, and which we continue to do currently.
For the record, I am driving the speed limit posted legally. The concept of decentralized command is very important. As we hire, train, develop, and retain staff, of course we have to provide a great work environment for them to incentivize them to stay. We have to make sure we compensate them competitively and treat them well. But the staff who've been with us a long time, they really help each day go smoothly. So if they relied on me to make every decision, then we could not get as much done. But they know the mission objective, and they know how to execute when I'm not there. So when I arrive, they'll have pretty much everything ready to go, and we'll roll right into surgery. So you'll see our team of nurses, our scrub technicians, and the rest of our staff at our other office. Google said 105, it's now 103. Amazing what happens when you drive the speed limit.
Okay.
Let's roll.
Right here. We're going to one first.
I'm gonna alcohol my hands.
Okay. Here we are. We're going to promote it.
All right.
Okay. Right over to day one.
Hey, one. Hey, all right, ready for you.
Flashlight.
So, real good. And we're treating your right eye. Good. Look right here. I'm gonna level your head down a little bit. There you go.
Yours is
Good.
better than mine.
Open real wide. Are you getting this? Try not to blink. Keep both eyes open for me. Don't blink. That's good. Look toward the bridge of my nose. You're doing great. Good. Blink a little bit. Perfect. Thank you.
Excellent.
Great. Hello. Hello. Nancy. Right eye.
Right
a little
eye.
astigmatism. Look right here. Both eyes open wide. Steady as you can. Perfect. Keep looking here. Beautiful. For the middle of those lights, that's perfect. Keep your lid relaxed. I'm going to dim the light as much as I can. Let's see here. What we got? So I need an axis marker at 94. Cataract surgery and lens replacement surgery is pretty much the most common procedure performed by most ophthalmologists in the United States. 100% of the population, as we age, our lenses change. We lose our ability to refocus from far to near. That's called presbyopia. Everybody develops that by age 50, and pretty much by age 75, everybody develops a lens that has turned cloudy inside their eye, and it begins to limit their ability to see clearly. So men and women universally, as part of the normal aging process, will develop cataracts. And when patients develop cataracts, that's our bread and butter procedure. We remove their lens. These procedures are done in our outpatient surgery center. The patients are given a little oral sedative called Valium. It helps them relax. We give them anesthetic eye drops to keep their eye comfortable. And that's pretty much all the anesthetic that they need. No intravenous sedation is administered. These patients are very comfortable, and the surgery takes generally about 10 minutes per eye. We gently remove their natural lens and then replace their natural lens with a man-made clear lens implant. We use various types of lens implants. Some implants give good vision but require glasses for the individual to refocus from far to near. Other implants give good vision over a wide range of vision without glasses, so patients can actually function and see as if they're younger. And these lens implants last the lifetime of the patient and provide great, stable vision for most patients. One caveat is that patients should not expect perfect vision with any lens implant. The best lens and image quality that a person is going to get is pretty much the lens they have between the ages of 20 to 30. And science and technology have yet to replicate the quality of vision that a person can get if they have a natural clear lens at the age of 20 to 30. Nonetheless, in our surgical center, we perform about 3,000 cataract and lens implant procedures per year. It is a very safe, very predictable, painless operation. Patients have a very high success rate and a very low risk of complications. Because the results of cataract and lens replacement surgery are overwhelmingly positive, it's a very pleasant experience to be able to help patients see better long-term for the rest of their lives. The results are quick. Usually patients are blurry for about 8 to 12 hours and they're up and running the next day, and they can pretty much get back to a normal schedule within a day. Our practice specializes in cataract and lens replacement surgery and LASIK. We are a high volume center, and it really is a byproduct of creating a great team top to bottom to help create a great patient experience. And that starts from our online presence, how we have knowledgeable staff answering the phone, answering questions. You're not directed to a machine. All the staff is professional, knowledgeable, and very high caliber. The doctors are trained in excellence, and the follow-up care performed by our team of optometrists and ophthalmologists is outstanding. Rest assured, if you visit our practice, we are accountable to you, and we want to deliver outstanding service. Patients who have cataract or lens replacement surgery should be aware that there's a thin, clear capsule that surrounds their natural lens. We open the capsule, remove their lens, and insert the lens implant into the capsule. But sometimes the capsule will opacify slowly after their lens has been removed and the new lens is inserted. So we focus a laser beam called a YAG laser onto the capsule, and the YAG laser opens the capsule. We create a clear window or portal in the capsule that's behind the lens implant, so the patients who see a film or fog to their vision after lens replacement surgery can see clear again. The treatment only takes about 20 seconds per eye, and the recovery is negligible. Most patients will see clearly within the next day.
So now we're done with the cataract and YAG procedures, and we're off to do LASIK now. Perfect. Bring the microscope lights in, okay? Squeeze real hard and rub. You can open your eye and then sit up and swing your legs left. Thank you. Good. Great. So, 5:26.
Whatever for y'all. I'm a teacher. I gotta wear it all day. So
It's 5:34, and we're double checking your treatment. It's 3:33.
In PRK, we anesthetize both eyes. We apply alcohol to the surface layer called the epithelium, which loosens the epithelium, which we then remove. We dry the bed and then apply the excimer laser to reshape the cornea and correct this patient's vision. Then we apply a chemical called mitomycin to the corneal surface to prevent haze, and then we rinse the surface with balanced salt solution. We then repeat this same process on the second eye, remove the epithelium, dry the bed, apply the excimer laser, apply mitomycin, rinse the mitomycin away, and then the patient's done.
Great. Open real big. Great. Thanks, Joe. Okay. So that's a wrap. It is now 5:49, and that's a full day. We finished our surgical afternoon, and now I'm going to go check some emails. What equipment? Yeah, I'll go get it. Yeah, I'll get it.
They're each in the OR, and you have to go.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, got
In your
it.
suitcase.
Yeah, got it. Thanks.
You're back there in the morning.
Yeah.
It doesn't require 8 checks. Joe now doesn't have a 9.
So this is what my email looks like.
Good night.
I checked it at lunch, and
Then it's only
I have
27 patients. We have 40.
64 in my inbox since 12:45. Gotta go through those. So it's now 6:58, and I'm about to leave our office on Jollyville Road, and we'll get some dinner, and then I'll kind of finish up on emails and get prepped for tomorrow. I still have some stuff I have to do to kind of finish up today, but it's been a good day, and I hope you could see that I couldn't do nearly what I'm doing if we didn't have a great team and a lot of quality individuals helping. And though it's busy, I think we're doing super high quality work, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And this was a typical day. I think we started about a day ago, and I've been up since early this morning, 4 o'clock something, and it's 7 o'clock now. We put in this was another 11-hour day. But when we get home, we're going to do a little bit more. Just clear the inbox, prep for tomorrow, review the charts for tomorrow's patients. So when we step in the office tomorrow, we're good to go, and we have a good grasp of what to expect. Prior preparation prevents poor performance. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.